opportunity. I mean, it's honestly my agent, RPM Casting. The two of them, they are always working nonstop. And so I got an email one day and was like, you need to audition for this role. And I actually didn't get that role, but I did meet the actress who did get it, and they cast me for a different role based off that audition. So I was like, I'm just happy to be here.
And your character Beatrice, what role does she play in the movie Sinners? Is she directly involved with the lead, Michael B. Jordan?
So no, I won't say too much, but I'm not involved with Michael B. Jordan's character, but I did get to spend most of my time filming with Miles Caden.
Okay, okay. And Beatrice, is she musical? Is she very sort of theatrical? What type of a person is she?
She's I, she's fun. She's very, I think, intuitive. Like I won't say she's like comedic relief by any means, but she she's not. I'm trying not to say too much.
Yeah.
She's She's fun. She's a good time. She's a churchgoer, but she's one of those people that you might see in the back of a church, and it's like, oh, I know I can sit next to you. We'll have a good time here.
And Tenaj, shooting in Louisiana back in 2024, you shot all over the state of Louisiana and multiple places. Was it a long production? Were you a long time on set? And did the cast get to intermingle a lot?
I feel like we did get to intermingle a lot. I won't say it was really a long time that I was working with people. I think I was there for maybe a week or two. Um, And it felt more like we were just constantly waiting, which is I think is normal in film. We were just kind of waiting around, like making sure we got all the shots. It was very hot, so a lot of times we were sitting in the tent just talking, listening to music together, and that was great. And then when we were on set, it was still just a good time. Like it was such a good environment to be there.
And Tenaj, so many iconic actors and actresses in this movie, and Delroy Lindo jumps to mind. We all know him for prominent movies in the past, like Shaft and other sort of really famous movies. Did you get to interact? First of all, did you have any scenes with Delroy? And second, if not, did you get to interact with him in between takes or shoots?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. I wish I had, because I think my favorite movie that he did was probably Crooklyn, I believe. I mean, I loved everything he's done. But no, I spent most of my time with Miles and Saul Williams actually, and I love his work as well. So that was huge. Getting to work with them. Like I probably would have been a little fangirl with everyone, but like getting to work with Saul Williams after being a huge fan since I was a kid, like that was great.
Yeah, and Tenaj, in terms of this movie, it's going down to critically acclaimed Sinners. It's got an awful lot of people talking about its production. Did you get a sense from being around the set, being around the cast, getting to see Ryan Coogler in action, that maybe that you were going to be involved in something that has an awful lot of wheels to it in terms of its climb?
I'm so glad you asked because honestly, when I got cast in this, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, oh, it must be big if Ryan Coogler is directing it. And there weren't many names attached to it at the time. And then when I got to set, I'm signing contract after contract. It was like, don't say this, don't say that, don't talk to these people, don't talk to those people. But then you get on set, and it's a little overwhelming, but you get to see he created such a good environment where he just lets people do their jobs and lets them work. And you could tell everyone felt so comfortable around him. And I did too. I was like, oh, I'm a little overwhelmed. And immediately he like is hugging everybody. He's like, hey, like I asked people, I was like, oh, how long have y'all worked together? And they were like, today. We met today. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, this is good. I'm okay here. This is safe.
And Tanaj, in terms of the Sinners, we get a feel that this is set in the late 1800s, early sort of 1900s type of vibe to it. What was that like in terms of getting yourself in that sort of mindset in terms of the characteristics of people living back in that time, because we're going back maybe generations, maybe back under years or so, that you have to really sort of pitch yourself into that sort of tent. Was that sort of a bit challenging for you, or did you watch up on a few movies from that era to get yourself into the feel of it?
No, you know what? When we all got into our little transportation van to go to set, and then you start seeing like these old Louisiana plantations. You start seeing like actual places where slaves lived, and then you see the giant fields where you know that slaves were living and working outside of these big houses. And so it kind of just hits you all of a sudden. And nobody glossed so sorry. Yeah, nobody really glossed over it. We all kind of just looked around and took a moment and we're like, wow, we are doing it. Like this is a lot environmentally to take in. Because I mean, I'm black. I'm working with, a primarily, black cast in that moment. And I'm from Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans. So like just being in that space with these people and then also just meshing that with what we're actually doing, like all of us being here on these grounds to make a movie of all things. So it was a lot of ranges of emotion to go through. But I mean, I think being in the space kind of like does put you in the headset. Like the energy's all still there. So you just let it flow with you. You're like, yep, okay, let's, embrace this moment and do what we came here to do.
And
Oh, yeah, but it was a lot.
And Tenaj, for a big production like this to come to Louisiana, a big massive production, and obviously it's where you're based, it's sort of your home as well. Is this not almost like a once in a blue moon opportunity, or are these frequent enough occasions that maybe happen once every year or once every 2 years? But to have a movie of this magnitude to come to Louisiana, we always think of Atlanta, we always think of Chicago, Philadelphia, obviously Los Angeles, and then you have the big places in Canada like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, these places. For a big,
Right.
massive production to come to Louisiana, is that a bit of a rarity in one sense?
It feels more rare now than it used to be. Like at one point, this was Hollywood South. There were almost as many movies being made here as there were in Toronto and Los Angeles at one point, and it kind of dwindled down. And I think the production shifted to Atlanta, and then I think recently now they're shifting, back to Canada, back to Los Angeles. And I think it has a little bit to do with the political nature of things right now going on in the South, both in Georgia and Louisiana. And so it's hard to see because there really were a lot more films. Like it was bustling. Like you would get so many auditions every week. You're turning down roles at one point, and then now it's like, oh, like I really hope, a TV show comes here this summer. So yeah, it's just a waiting game. I do think it'll turn around, but right now it's like, oh, it is pretty rare when it does happen.
Yeah, and Tinaj, in terms of all the hype and publicity, now obviously this was filmed in 2024. A year later, you're sort of stuck in. Is there a great anticipation, excitement? Obviously, April 18th is the big date in terms of this movie. Is it? Does it almost feel it's around the corner? Does it sort of hit you now in terms of that this is this is going to be finally seen by the world, and where people are going to get to see your performances? All over
Oh.
your performance all around the world.
Yeah, I try not to let it hit me. Like I after I film something, I'm like, especially this, I was like, you know what? Just in case I don't even make the final cut, let's not think about it. But obviously, something this big, you see it everywhere, everyone's talking about it. So it's like it's still in there, but I'm like, let's wait and see it. Let's see how this pans out. But even if I'm not like in the movie, like I know that I was still a part of it, and that's still huge for me. Um, and then I'm so excited to see everyone that I now know in the movie from, see their performances and how it all pieced together. Because honestly, I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about the story. They